Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. It's so nice to see you all. Hi, Ansh. Hi, Nidish, Javik. Hello, everyone. Please share the link with all of your classmates, your fellow friends, so that they can join too on time. And we will be starting in another 2-3 minutes. So share it with your friends, ask them to join as fast as possible. Hello, Athar. So yeah, please ask all your friends to join. Share the link with them. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So we will be starting in another 2 minutes. Great. Very good evening. Hi, Shashwat. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing great. I hope you all are doing great too. And happy belated Diwali to all of you. I hope your Diwali went really well. I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you? So we will be starting sharp at 7. So ask all of your friends to join. Hi, Uma. Thank you, Ayansh. Thank you, Athar. So we will be starting in just some time. All right. So in today's session, I'm going to give you guys an introduction to artificial intelligence with Python programming. So in today's session, we will be looking forward to make an activity of face expression detector using Python programming in PictoBlox application. Thank you so much, everyone, for your lovely wishes. Very good evening. So let's start with today's session. So I would like all of you to scan this QR code or click on the link in the description, in the chat box to join the Telegram group. So please click on the link in the chat box to join the Telegram group. Because on Telegram group, we are going to give you guys regular support, updates, and yeah, just to help you out if you are stuck in any situation. So please, I request all of you to join this Telegram group. We will be, the whole team is there to support you, to update you related to everything. Thank you so much, everyone, for your wishes. And yeah, happy Diwali to you and your family too. All right, moving forward. So I'm going to play a video which will be helping you to know all about Codeavour 2022, one of the biggest AI coding competition, which are at an international level. So yeah.
For the fourth consecutive year, bringing you the biggest international AI and programming competition for kids, Codeavour 2022 International 4th edition. To make kids aware and inspire them to brainstorm over emerging issues, to make the world a better place, kids need to build solution-based projects on the following theme: save the environment, strengthen the health infrastructure, revolutionize the agriculture, automate the surroundings, make smart transportation system. You can make anything and everything you want, from stories to games, from software-based AI projects to hardware-based projects. PictoBlox, an international AI education and coding platform. You can learn to code, make interactive animations and games, interesting projects based on AI, program actions for robots, and much more. With PictoBlox app now available on Play Store, you can even make your project for the competition on the go. Anyone above 7 years old and falling under 3 age groups can. Yes, you can either participate as a one-person army or in a team of 2 with your coding buddy. Follow these 3 easy steps to participate. Register by entering the team details on the contest portal. Prepare to enhance your coding and AI skill via self-learning material and AI bootcamps. Now that you have the skills required, it's time to show the world what you have got. Submit your project brief, project file, and the project video. Now all you have to do is sit back and wait for the results. Registration for Codeavour 2022 International starts on 10th of October. The last date to submit your project is 10th January 2023. You can register anytime between 10th of October and 10th of January 2023. The winners of Codeavour 2022 International will be announced on 31st January 2023. Participants stand a chance to win more than 60 prizes worth $20,000 in total. Along with the cash prizes up to $1,000, all the winners will also receive a medal, certificate, and the official Codeavour 2022 AI t-shirt. Participate in the biggest online AI and programming competition for kids with more than 3 lakh plus participants, 1,000 plus schools, 1 lakh plus teams from 90 plus countries. So, what are you waiting for? Registration starts today.
So I hope you were able to understand all about Codeavour 2022, the biggest AI and coding competition. Moving forward with today's session. So I'm going to give you a little overview what we learned in the last session about artificial intelligence. So we learned what is intelligence, first of all. So in common layman's word, I would say intelligence is referred as common sense. Winning, not winning is not intelligence. Learning something is intelligence. Learning and implementing that knowledge that you have gained, that is intelligence. Right? So you are able to solve a puzzle and record your time, and then you are able to beat your own time. That is intelligence. Your capacity of your like understanding, your understanding level, the level of self-awareness, how you are able to learn, how do you plan everything, how do you create something, how do you solve problems. That is intelligence. Then we talked about artificial intelligence, what exactly artificial intelligence is. Nowadays, all of you are aware of AI. AI is artificial intelligence. That is a study, that is the art of teaching a device to do something, to make that device able to analyze the environment, able to take the input and execute the command and give the best action, which maximize the success of the output. So that is artificial intelligence. It is the art of making computers, making smartphones, making other devices, electronic devices, intelligent, giving them the brain, right? We also teach you. I'm also teaching you. Your teachers also teach you. So when from since the age of 2.5 or 3 years, you have been studying, and you will be studying almost till 20, 24, 25. It depends on you, but you are going to study almost 20 years of your life, or more than that, actually. So you are also, you know, gaining the knowledge and increasing your knowledge bank so that you can give your best. Earlier, when you were small little kids, you were not able to read properly. You were not able to understand what the other person is saying in English. But now you are able to understand me. Now you are able to talk to anyone in English. Right? That is intelligence. Same way, computer intelligence is also growing. Artificial intelligence is also growing because we are teaching that computer to do the task and give us the best results ever. Earlier, as I already mentioned in the previous session, earlier computers used to take hours to do a simple mathematical addition calculation. But now it doesn't even take a second. It takes less than a second. It takes few milliseconds to calculate up any large equation as well. Earlier, you can see we were, you know, just here, like we were looking around and exploring the earth only. But now look at us. We have the technology to look back at the Big Bang theory, where it all started, where the formation of our galaxy started, the formation of moon, the formation of earth, the formation of our solar system started. We can look back how a star explodes. That is all because of artificial intelligence. Because we are giving the computer the brain so that the computer can, take away our workload and give us the best outputs. I cannot do work for 12 hours continuously, but a packing machine, like a Parleji biscuit packing machine in Parleji factory, that machine can work up to 12 hours non-stop. And it will do the 10 times amount of work that I will be able to do in just a week. That machine will do that same amount of work maybe in few hours. That is artificial intelligence, getting, making the device, making any electronic device capable of doing things. Earlier, we used to have different computers, different devices for calculation, for scientific purposes, for studying, for teaching. But now what you do, if you have a phone, you have everything. You can teach with the phone, you can study with the phone, you can play games, you can, make innovative projects with phone using the PictoBlox application. You can do anything because we have taught the phone how to do all the tasks simultaneously without lagging, without stopping, at a good refresh rate. That is AI according to me. Now, coming to the advantages of AI, we also talked about this in the last session, that what are all the advantages of artificial intelligence? Speed of execution. Tasks are being done very fast. I told you now, you can do the same calculation in milliseconds that used to take up to hours earlier. Computers are not lazy. AI is not lazy. You have robots that clean your house, go back to their charging station for night. In the morning, they wake up and they start cleaning your house once again. They're not lazy. They are doing the same thing. They are routing your whole house. They're creating a map inside their brain, inside their head, and then they are cleaning it. So they know that, okay, I have to go on that side because that side near the fridge, it's going to be way dirtier than the rest of the area. So I have to clean more over there. I have to take at least 2-3 rounds once a day. I'm talking about the cleaner, the circle-shaped cleaner. Then coming to the accuracy, computers are very accurate. You can say a human is wrong, but you cannot say a computer is wrong because we have made the computer to be capable of doing anything, everything from anything. Now, of course, you cannot send humans to Venus. You cannot send human to Sun. But look at the Solar Parker probe that was sent by NASA, which touched, yes, which touched the surface of Sun, the Parker Solar Probe. There are many solar probes that have been sent to Venus also. They survived on Venus for 9 minutes and 17 seconds. That is accuracy, because we cannot do it. They are able to do any work. We cannot survive the Mars dust, the iron that is, the iron dust storms that are going on over there. We cannot survive that. Our lungs cannot survive that. But the Mars rover every year sings happy birthday to itself alone. That is AI. Another advantage of artificial intelligence is that they are less biased. You can see computers are less biased. You can ask them to do any work, right? I can ask my mobile phone to call my friend. I can ask my mobile phone to hang up the call. I can ask my mobile phone to wake me up at 6 o'clock. I can ask my mobile phone to remind me that I have a meeting at 7:30. I can ask anything and they will do it because I have asked them, I have commanded them to do that. Without touching my phone, I can just, call out Siri and I can say that, please remind me that I have to get up and get ready for meeting at 6 o'clock. My phone will remind me that you have a meeting. It will alarm me. It will notify me, alert me that, yeah, you are going to start a meeting in another 10 minutes. These are advantages of artificial intelligence. Then how artificial intelligence is shaping your disadvantages of AI. Okay, so gaming with joy, some disadvantages of AI will be, you can say that computers can do everything and anything, as I have mentioned, right? You can ask them to do any task anytime and they will do it, right? But one of the major disadvantage of computer or AI is this, that we cannot rely on them 100%, right? NASA spent millions of dollars to make the Venus solar probe, right? They spent millions. ISRO spent millions to make the Chandrayaan, which we sent to the backside of the moon, to explore the backside of the moon, because we have not seen it. But the mission failed. So that is the one of the major disadvantage, that we cannot rely on artificial intelligence 100%. We can rely, but not 100%. We will get the outputs, the desired outputs, but not every time. Everything was set for the Chandrayaan landing, but it failed. We failed. Because technology is growing every day. Technology is developing every day. Earlier, a few years back, we were having iPhone 5s that was launched, but now we have 14. Earlier, we were having 12 megapixels of camera in iPhones, but now we have 48 megapixels. Earlier, we were not able to let the Siri remind us anything. We were not, able to ask Siri to, do anything. in our mobile phone. But now Siri can do anything. We have shortcuts in a laptop, in a mobile phone. With one tap, with one thing, with one calling, I can do anything I want to. Technology is developing. So the major disadvantage is this, that you cannot rely on AI 100% because the technology is emerging. It's going to change every day. Now coming back to how AI is shaping smart, helping in shaping the smart cities. We have smartphones, we have smart laptops, we have smart desktops, we have smart homes, smart cleaning device. What about smart cities? They are going to be, soon going to have smart cities as well, which are on the way. Even Delhi only, I live in Delhi. So in Delhi, we have security cameras which are motion detecting. Now police is not standing, the traffic police is not standing on every red light. On every red light, we have cameras. So once we break the red light, we automatically will receive the challan at our home, which will be like, oh, you broke the rule, you broke the red light. So here's the challan for you. Fill it before this day. And if you won't, you will be called, to serve, or you will be, a case will be filed against you. And they send you a picture also with proof around and clear the image around your number plate. That is how security is, the security technology is emerging. Then you have maintenance, then you have pollution controlling devices. You have a lot of areas in which AI is helping these cities to become smart cities, right? Yeah. Moving forward to applications of artificial intelligence, all of you must be aware that gaming. You have games, earlier when I was a little kid, though I'm not that old, but earlier when I was a little kid, I used to play a game. Don't remember the name, but it was a driving game. So I used to tilt my phone, and the car used to, turn in that direction only. So if I'm tilting my phone left hand side, the car will turn left hand side. And if I tilt my phone right hand side, the car will turn right hand side. So I used to play this game a lot. That is an application of artificial intelligence. The game is able to, detect the motion of my phone and able to turn the car in the game according to my motion. Then you have export systems. Export systems like you have, Touch ID on your mobile phone. Then you have speech recognition. Speech recognition is like, so if my sister and I am in the same room. So earlier we used to have this problem that if she used to say, "Hey Siri," her Siri will turn on. Even mine would too. But now we have developed the AI so much that my Siri won't turn on if she is saying, "Hey Siri." So yeah, that is the application of AI, speech recognition. Then you have face recognition as well. Then you have text recognition, intelligent robots are there, computer vision. So all of these are applications of artificial intelligence. So before moving towards the activity, I would like all of you to download the PictoBlox application. And the links are there in the chat box. You can download it from directly clicking on the link, or you can simply type download PictoBlox on your device. Click on the first link from the STEMpedia.com. You can choose your device type. You can choose if it is Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, iOS. You can click on it and you can download your PictoBlox application. So yeah, please do download PictoBlox application because we really want you to learn something and we really want you to come up with doubts in doubt sessions. So yeah, we are looking forward to your wonderful creations. All right, moving forward. So now let's begin with the activity. So in today's session, we are going to make the activity of face expression detector. This activity is purely being done in the Python interface of PictoBlox application. So we are going to use the Python programming for making this face expression detector application. Okay, so how the face expression detector work? Your camera will be turned on in PictoBlox on stage. The Toby will be recognizing your expression. So if I'm happy, Toby will say I'm happy. If I'm sad, Toby will say sad. If I'm surprised about something, Toby will say surprised. So it will just, speak out my emotions or my expressions. Right? If I'm crying, Toby will say you are crying. Okay, so yeah, this is the face expression detector which we will be making. I'm going to give you a quick overview. You can see that Toby is able to detect the emotion and is able to say the emotion that is being detected. So we are going to do all the programming in Python. So I request all of you to open PictoBlox application on your mobile phone and or your laptops or your device, any device that you are using, and we will be doing it side by side. All right. So now moving forward, I'm going to open PictoBlox application on my device. Please just give me a second. All right, I hope you're able to see my screen. So yeah, this is how the PictoBlox application looks like. So you have to click on the Python interface. You have to click on go ahead. Okay, so yeah, by default, this is what you will be able to see on the Python interface of PictoBlox application. So what you have to do is quickly grab Toby and put it here on the stage. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to make this application. So for this, I have to do something. And that something is I have to load the face extension, face detection extension. So if you remember last time when we were making face filter application in block-based programming, we loaded this extension. This is face detection extension. So I'm going to load this extension here in Python. So how I'm going to load it is, just give me a second, it's going to load. Yeah. So how I'm going to load it, I'm going to call an object. I'm going to make an object fd in which I'm going to call this face detection extension. So yeah, I have made an object. So fd is an object. I'm going to write a comment over here. Fd is an object and face detection is an extension. I'm writing it in short form so you're able to understand because comments should be short and precise. Okay, so now I have loaded the extension in this object. I have named this object FD, face detection short form. So now what I'm going to do is to make Toby recognize my emotion, recognize my expression. First of all, what we need? We need to turn on the camera, right? So for that, if you remember, we have a block in PictoBlox block-based programming interface. We have this block, which is turn on video on state with 0% transparency. But in Python, of course, we don't have blocks. So in Python, we are going to call a function of face detection extension. That function is video. So as I have stored the extension, in FD object, so I'm going to use the FD object to call this function. So fd.video. Then we have two parameters in this function. First is on and off, which will state, the on and off of the camera. Then we have the transparency. So in block-based interface, if you remember, we have this block which is turn on video on stage with 0% transparency. So that 0%, this 0 represents the transparency. Okay, so we have this is to turn on / off the camera on stage with the mentioned transparency. I'm going to put this comment over here. Okay, so yeah, after turning on the video, what I want is I want to enable a bounding box. So in block-based coding, if you remember last time, we had a bounding box on our face, which is this. So if you, there's a bounding box. So it's like a rectangle box on my face. Okay, I want to enable that in my expression detector. So how I'm going to enable it is I'm going to type FD and enable box. So what this will do, this will to enable the bounding box on face. What is bounding box? I'm going to write it over here in bracket. Rectangular shaped. Yeah, rectangular shape. It's a strict rectangular shape which will be coming on your face. So FD once again is the object that we have created. In that object, we have loaded the extension of face detection. Okay, so if we have loaded it in the FD object, so what we will do, we will call out the object dot video. So that dot video, video is the function of this extension. Okay, so yeah, and same enable box. Enable box is also a function of this extension, the face detection extension. Okay, now I want to set the threshold. So for threshold, I have to do the same thing. FD set threshold. I'm going to set it to 0.4. So if you remember, whenever a teacher asks a student that how confident are you that you're going to pass this test? So a student replies, I am 85% confident, right? And so what if I ask the computer, how confident are you that you're going to detect the expression and you're going to give me the desired output? Also, computer cannot say it. We have to set the confidence level. So the set threshold is to set the confidence level, to set the confidence level. So the confidence level is over here, it is 40%. Okay, that means my computer is 40% confident that the expression that it is detecting is correct. Okay, so once again, if you remember, we are going back in the block base. So if you remember, I want in the last activity that we did, that was face filter application. We were using analyze image from camera inside forever loop. So it was like this. Why? Because we wanted the computer, we wanted the the application to analyze the image from camera until we click on this button, this stop button. Okay, until we stop the execution of the code. So we cannot do it over here. We don't have forever loop, right? We cannot use these two over here. We have to use run all, run, stop, like this. So over here, we are going to use a while loop. And what we are going to do, we are going to make it true. Now coming to the reason. So we don't have forever loop, right? We are adding a while loop in which we are adding the condition to be true. So this loop will turn into a forever loop when the condition of a while loop is true it's said to be a forever loop, because it's going to execute that same thing until I press on this stop button. Okay. All right. So just a quick recap. What we did, we called a object in which we made an object in which we called the face detection extension. Using that object, we called a function, which is video, fd.video, in which we have two parameters, on or off, and we have this one last parameter, which is for transparency. So 0 means transparency. If I can increase the transparency, I can make it 10, I can make it 20, I can make it 30. So yeah, but in this case, we don't want any transparency. So I'm setting it to be 0 only. After that, I want to enable a bounding box. So for that, I'm using fd.enableBox function, of which extension? Of face detection extension. Then to set the confidence level of this particular face detection extension that we are, the face detector that we are making, the expression detector that we are making, I'm going to use the set threshold function, and I'm going to set the threshold to 0.4, which sets the confidence level of this expression detector to 40. Then I'm going to add a forever loop. So how can I make a forever loop? I can make a forever loop using while loop and adding the condition which is true. So that means it's going to loop forever. Okay. Now inside this while loop, if you remember in block-based, what we used to do, we used to analyze image, right, in forever loop. So I want to analyze image over here also. So how I'm going to analyze image? For that, I have another function in the face detection extension. I'm going to call that function using fd.analyze camera. I don't have to write anything inside it. So yeah, this is to analyze image from camera. Okay, to analyze image from camera. Okay, any doubt, anyone till this point? Anyone having any doubt? I can't open it. So if you're using mobile phone, you cannot open the Python interface. For that, you have to use the web version of PictoBlox. I have shared the link in the chat box. So why do we put sometimes two brackets after line of code? Where I've put two brackets. Okay, this. So it is a function, right? It is a function. So in some functions, you have some parameters. Okay, like over here in video function, we have parameter, which is one is on, one is for transparency. So we want the transparency to be 0. Right? So whenever you're making a function, that function comes with the name with brackets, with a set of brackets. Okay. So why, sir, can we set the confidence level to 100 and how? So Javik, you can set the confidence level to 100 also if you want to, but are you sure that the computer will give you the 100% result? I mean, artificial intelligence, I just mentioned that you cannot rely on AI 100%. So giving the confidence level of 100% is, increasing the ego of the computer. I can, yeah, in layman's language, I can say this only. But yeah, you can of course increase it. You can make it 0.10 if you want to. But I guess in this case, for this particular activity, 0.4 is also perfect. All right. So moving forward, so now what I want to do is I want to, inside this forever loop, I want to check a condition. That condition is, I want to check if the number of faces that are on the stage is more than 0 or not. If it is more than 0, then I want the Toby sprite to say the expression. And if it is less than 0, means if there are no faces of it is, if it is equal to 0, then I want it to say no face detected. So for that, I will be using a if condition. Now to count the number of faces, we have a particular function in face detection extension, that is count function. So how I'm going to call the function is fd.count brackets more than 0. If it is more than 0, then what I want to do, I want the sprite to say the expression. So using the sprite dot say function, I can get the expression. But how I can, ask the sprite to say the expression, but how to get the expression? So if you remember in block-based interface, we used this block to get the expression of the face in last activity of face filter application, where we also were getting the expression of the face using this block, right? And we were adding it inside the say block like this to make the sprite say the expression of the face. So over here also we have to do the same thing. Inside the say function, we have to add another function to get the expression of the face. So for that, we have one function inside face detection extension, that is expression. So you just have to write fd dot expression. Done. That was the function. Okay, now coming to the else part. So if this condition is true, that means if the faces are there on the stage, if the if the Toby sprite is able to get the number of faces as 1 or maybe more than 1, then it will say the expression of that particular face. But what if this condition is false? Then it will go to the else part. In else part, that means there are no faces. Therefore, Toby sprite will say no face detected. I'm just going to give you a quick recap. What we are doing over here, we are adding the if condition using the fd.count to count the number of faces. Okay, so I'm just going to write it over here only. Okay. Oh, I cannot write it over here. We turn everything into to count the number of faces. Okay, I'm going to write fd.count so that you are able to understand what is count the number of faces. And this particular whole condition is to check whether the number of faces are more than 0. Okay, or let's just use more than sign. I want everything to be on the same. Okay, so yeah, so what we are using this particular if condition to check whether the number of faces are more than 0. If this is true, then we want the sprite to say the expression of the face using the sprite.say function, and we are getting the expression of the face using the using the expression function, okay, of which extension of face detection extension. Okay, and if this condition is false, the code will go to the else part. In else part, it will say no face detected. Okay. All right. So I'm now going to test this code, and then we will be coming to your guys' doubt. So to run this code, I'm going to click on run and run it. Yeah, as you can see, this is an orange box on my face coming over here. That is the bounding box, okay? And how we enabled it? Using the fd.enable box. We were enabled to the rectangular shaped box on my face. Okay, now you can see that the Toby sprite is saying the expression. So if I'm happy, it's saying happy. If I'm neutral, it's going to say neutral. And if I'm angry, it's going to say angry. Okay, so I can see that the Toby sprite is able to detect my expressions. Okay, so now I am open to all the doubts that you guys are facing, and you can ask your doubts in the chat box, and I'm going to solve them right now. So this is the activity. I'm going to save this activity with the name of face expression detector, or I can just say expression detector and click on this icon and save it. So I can either save it with face details or without face details. So it is on you guys. If you want to save it with your face details, you can. If you don't want to, then you just hit on without face details and it will save it. Done. Project has been saved. Okay, now I'm open to all of your doubts. I welcome them. Yeah, you cannot find Python interface in your phone. You have to use the web version of PictoBlox application. So you have to use the web version. In web version, you will be able to do it. Any doubt, anyone that you are facing, I'm here to. I can't understand. I can't see the screen. You were not able to see the screen. What is transparency? Why is it 0? So Javik transparency, okay, let me show it to you. Then you will be able to understand. So right now the transparency is 0. If I make it to 8, so okay, let me just make it to 0, run it, and then turn it to 80. Okay, you will see the difference. Sorry, I'm going to shut my camera. Okay, now you can see it is detecting my emotion, it is detecting my expression, but transparency is 0. Okay, so what if I make it 80? And then you will see the difference. Look, transparency means adding transparency on the video. So how transparent the video will be. Okay, now you can see, though it is able to detect my expression, but you can see how transparent my video is on the stage, right? There are a lot of games in which a lot of kids use transparency. Therefore, we have transparency in PictoBlox. Soon in machine learning, in upcoming session, we are going to make a lot of games in which we will be using the transparency thing. So can we use laptop? Yes, you can use laptop. Can you please show in the block coding also, as we are block coding in school? Mercy ma'am, if you're using block coding in your school, you can refer to the elements that we have shared. I hope that is shared with you. So you can refer to it, and there you can refer to the block coding. So yeah, using the same blocks, these one, you will be able to get the expression of the face. So yeah, I'm just going to show it to you if you want me to. Yeah, you can say it is able to detect my emotions, right? Yeah, this is according to block coding, and this is according to Python code. Though I have not completed this whole block coding thing, this block coding code, but the Python was just fully complete. I was just showcasing you how you can do it. So we should do it in only computer. You can do it in your mobile phone also, but in mobile phones, you have to use the web version. Okay? In mobile phones, you have to use the web version for Python programming. Only for Python programming, use the web version. For block-based programming, you can use the normal app version. Any other doubt, anyone? I'm open to all your doubts. If you're facing any doubt, you are most welcome to ask your doubts here in the chat box. All right, so if you don't have any doubt, you can please fill the feedback, come attendance form. The link is also shared. Thank you so much, Atharv. How do we get? I was not able to understand RR Gamer. Please. Yeah, so please, I can't understand how to download. Okay, let me showcase it to you once again. I hope you are able to see my screen. So if you open your browser, you can just type download PictoBlox, or you can click on the link in the chat box that is being shared. Okay, click on the link according to your device type. So if you click on download PictoBlox software, this will open up, right? You have to choose your device. So if you are downloading it in your mobile phone, you have to choose your mobile phone OS type. OS type means operating system type. So if I'm using an iPhone, I have to use iOS. Okay, if I'm using an Android, I have to choose Android and click on download now. Okay, and if you're downloading the application on your Windows laptop or your desktop, directly choose Windows and choose your installer according to the bits of your device. Or if you're using Mac, you can just download it directly. Same for the Linux as well. So yeah, please let me know if you were able to understand. Coming back to the attendance come feedback form, I request all of you to scan this QR code or click on the link in the chat box. In mobile phone, how to get web version? Okay. RR Gamer, you can get the web version by clicking on this link that I have shared in the chat box. I'm going to share it again. Or you can directly on your mobile phone, you can directly type PictoBlox.ai. That will refer you to the web version of PictoBlox. Great, Ayansh. So I request all of you to please fill the attendance come feedback form. And that's it for today's session. So we will be seeing in the next session. I hope you were able to understand the activity, the concepts of artificial intelligence that were implemented in the expression detector that we made using Python programming interface of PictoBlox application. So yeah, I will see you in the next session. I hope all of you were able to understand. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.